Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Scott with Keeping It Real Bass Fishing. Oh, we got a beautiful day today. We're definitely going to go out here and try to catch us a big one. We appreciate you joining the channel today. If you're new, like I say, my name is Scott. This is Keeping It Real Bass Fishing. And hope you enjoyed the video today. And we're out here at a lake in the community. I've caught quite a few bass out of here. I've caught some large bass out of here. Matter of fact, I've caught several over 8 pounds. I have one about 10 pounds over here in the spring. And just with the fall transition going on right now, it's a really good time to get back into it. And if you watch the other videos, that fall transition is actually taking place as we're going through these early weeks here in September, where the water temperatures are cooling off. We've got a lot of the colder temperatures at night, and because of those cold temperatures at night, obviously the temperatures of the water is going down. This is the lake that we're going to fish, and as you can see down, we'll get down there and get started here in a few minutes. It's not very big. It's probably about I'm gonna say maybe an acre. But anyway, we're gonna go get it, see if we can't get a big one. All right, it's that time of the year. I'm telling you, the water's cooling off, and these fish sort of start moving up and moving around and start feeding and get ready for winter, because they're gonna eat. They want to get fat. They want to eat like all of us. We all like to eat. And they got to get stored up, because as the water gets real cold, they don't get to eat or move around to eat as much. They got to be able to survive the winter. So it's just their nature to do so. But we're going to go find out, see what they're doing. And we'll keep at it and figure out something. All right? So let's go get that big one. All right, guys, we're down here on the water, and I wanted to show you this lake. You can see what we're going to fish today. It's a beautiful lake. Full of geese. The water stays pretty clear. It's pretty deep. And like I say, I've caught some good fish out of here. And there's some big shell crackers in here, and warmouth. But we're gonna give it a whirl. We're gonna go at it. Like I talked about, we're gonna look and see if we can find what's going on. I'm gonna check the temperature of the water, see where we're at, and then we're gonna see if I see any activity. This particular lake, it don't have any shad in it to my knowledge. I haven't seen any in a pond, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a good little size, but definitely, I know bass got to be eating brim in here, and there's crappie in here too. There's catfish. I've caught some big catfish out of here on spinnerbait, not even trying to. But we're gonna see and what they want to eat. Let's go get that big one. Let's go. All right, guys. I tied on a different ice fly. You can see this one's only got that one hook. These were custom made by, I can get that in the frame good. And the way that thing is made, it's got that's a deer hair. The tail made out of deer hair, and the way it's soldered and bent just right to that one hook. Those were custom made by a fellow up in Gastonia, North Carolina. A friend of my dad's. Which has passed away now. He made a bunch of those and gave them to us, and many years ago. And you can't buy them. You can buy some that are imitations, but they're not going to be like this one. And I just got about a handful of them, but the one I had on was some new ones I found at the store. You can't find them hardly. No, I ain't looked online, but you can't hardly. I know you can't find them in the store nowhere. I just happened to run up on them. I think it was, I want to say Walmart, but I don't know if it was in Walmart or where it was. I don't remember. But so they was, they're right there on the shelf. So I went ahead and bought a box just to have extra ones. And they're made a little different. They look pretty. And that's why I was throwing. They just, and they do okay. But this one here has a lot more wobble and kick in it. In other words, it just, the one I was throwing had some wobble in it, but not nowhere near as much as this one. That one you had to really get it really fast to get it to wobble. This one here, you just barely cranking along. It's got that kick in it, like it looks like a natural fish. Well, natural fish, you know, swims with that tail, how they kick that tail or swim that tail. It's got that natural profile to it. Oh, I don't know if you can see it in that frame or not. I hope you can, but I can see it. And that deer feather, it's all the difference in the world. I mean, a lot of times you can catch, you know, a lot of different fish on that thing, not just bass. But this is really good to catch bass, you know, like when they're chasing shad or schooling. I'm just throwing it now just to see if I can get a reaction bite off of you know, from a bass, or if I can get a reaction bite off of anything, to tell you the truth. So that's what I'm doing. Trying to see how it works out, how good it does. It may not be good on this lake, on this, I don't know. I know it works good on the big water. They're chasing those shad around, like out on the reservoir. You don't know. Out there on Garnersville or South Carolina. There's a lot of lakes over in South Carolina I like to fish. There's Lake Greenville and St. T. Cooper. Lake Greenville. Murray. Those are all good lakes. There's more. There's Hartwell. I don't like Hartwell. It's a nice lake if you want to go boating. Fishing, bass fishing is tough on that lake. But I know guys that's doing good on it. I've caught fish, but not enough for me to want to go back and do it again. Man, I'm trying to stay over here in the shade, fish the shady side. That sun's on the other side of the lake. So I'm over here trying to stay in the shade and fishing in the shade too. Trying to keep it, you know, that's why I'm paralleling the bank, if you noticed. Alright guys, we went and changed up. We'll go ahead and just grab another rod that got tied up in the old chatterbait with the Keitech trailer. It's a shad color, little bass trimmings in it on the skirt there. It's got the silver blade, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's a half ounce. Nope, it's 3. Yes, I believe it's a half ounce. This is the one I caught the 2/8 on, and that 10 I actually caught on one that looked like it's a brim color. Just throwing it out here in the middle of the pond and cranking it back kind of slow, and it kind of stay close to the bottom. That daggone dragonfly. Oh, what he's thinking. I love throwing a chatterbait. Between a chatterbait, a spinnerbait, and a crankbait, that's probably about my 3 favorite lures to throw. They're so versatile. I mean, you can cast them, you can flip them, keep bumping the GoPro with the rod. You can fish them different ways. Fish them slow, fish them fast. You can rip them. You know, you can let them stop. You can go. You can, all kinds of different techniques you can do with these baits. Not just a chatterbait, I'm talking about spinnerbait or even crankbaits. God almighty, I got him. We got a good one on, boys. We got a good one. He's a hog. I'm telling you. Yeah, I told you, old chatterbug. Old chatterbug. He's a good one, boys. He's a good one. And I ain't got my net. Yes, this is what we're talking about right here, boys. You see what I'm talking about? Get this fish in here for you. I should have brought my net, but I didn't. Alright, boy, we're gonna get you out of there in a second. Oh, about lost him. He about went in the water. You see that fish? Get you an idea. You see how big he is? He's a good one. He got me too. Oh, big mouth. He's probably a 3-4 pounder. At least 3-4 pounds. Good one. GoPro, take a photo. Alright guys, I went and switched, tied on a different spinnerbait. That other one didn't want to cooperate, wasn't running right, so got another one on. It's very similar to that one. It's not a not FLW though. It's a different one. Got the shad colors. This is actually a KDV. This is the Kevin Van Dam by Strike King. You know, you see it. It's very similar. It's got the Colorado blade, Indiana blade on it. I believe it's feels like it might be a half ounce though. It's got the silk skirt. Oh my God, I hope you saw that. Son, you see that monster jump out of the water right there? Good night. That's the first time I've seen that. That bass was huge. Tell me there ain't no big bass in here. Grab that boy. I don't know what he was after, but that was a monster. Telling you, there's some hogs in this lake. I mean, some hogs, son. That was top water. He's probably chasing that big brim in there. All right, guys, I'm back. Got everything put away. We're gonna walk this bank and so we're gonna walk all the way around this lake and fish it. And just all I'm doing is throwing this chatterbait. That's it. Between now and the time it gets dark, all I'm doing is throwing this chatterbait. We're gonna throw it in the strike zone, and I'm gonna fan cast around me as well, because we are pretty much in the shade all the way over the lake. Just barely any sunshine way over there in that corner where the rod's pointing, and everything else is pretty much in the shade. We are in the evening time. I'm not exactly sure what time it is. About 5:30, I guess. Go on 6 o'clock. We're gonna keep throwing this chatterbait, chatter dog, like to call it, and just hopefully pick us up another big one before I call it a day. I know we got that one big one. I got him. I say it's about a good 3-4 pound fish. Could have weighed more than that. I'm not really sure. But there's another big one out here that we missed earlier. We seen him come out of the water. I don't know how big he was. I mean, how much he weighed, but he was big. He was 2-3 times bigger than the one I caught. He is a hog. It stinks too. Wait. I hit something right there. And what that was it a fish or if I bumped something on the bottom? I don't remember bumping anything right here before. There he is. Sorry guys. I thought I was going to lose him. About lost him again. Whew, man. Here I'm right here dancing around. I just jerked him in here and he let come off. He like went in the water. It's another hog. I thought I missed one. I told you it didn't feel like something grabbed it. And I thought he oh, sorry about that. Get him in the frame here. Anyway, we'll let him go. Well, we'll let him go. All right, buddy, say bye-bye. There you go. That was crazy right there. I thought I missed one. Like I said, I felt something. I never felt nothing like that before. And I fished this like a bunch of times. And I know there's nothing there. I just threw right back in there. Bam, he nailed it. And I horsed him in here because I ain't got my net. I wonder I didn't lose him when I did. But he took my grub off. I gotta go get a grub. All right, well, we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I went and had to go and put another grub on, another Keitech trailer on my chatterbait. That bass obviously destroyed that other one. Well, we're going to continue doing what I was doing, walking up this bank, walk around the lake and see if we can pick us up some more. That last one was crazy. I was standing on that high hill bank over there and thought I'd snagged something on the bottom and I missed a fish, and I thought, well, it didn't feel right, so I threw back in there and bam, there he was. It kind of surprised me, and I just horsed him because he was probably about 2 pounds. I just horsed him up on the bank and he come off before I could get to him, and he started flopping down that steep bank and he about went in the water, him and me both, trying to keep him going in the water. That was crazy. Hey, Ain't something you see a lot of. That's why we call it keeping it real bass fishing, guys, because it's keeping it real. I should have my net with me, and I usually bring it. I just forgot it. When you're out here by yourself like that, and these banks are real steep, and you know, you got a good foot or two off of the bank, reach down to the water. It's easy to lose your balance and go swimming. And I don't want to go swimming. My phone and my GoPro on, which is waterproof, but I don't want to go. My phone, I don't think it's waterproof. My wallet and everything else get wet. Didn't have all that on in my pockets, it probably wouldn't be that bad, because it probably feel pretty good. I don't know how easy it'd be getting out of there, because that bank's steep, probably slick and muddy. Right up here's where we were when all that last chaos happened. Caught him just up there. He was on the bank right there in the strike zone, like I told you guys, right where he should be. You know, all the stuff, if you watch my videos, the stuff I taught you, the stuff I talked about and explained, you see me doing it, and I'm telling you, it works. If you're new to bass fishing and you know, you're walking the banks and beating the banks and fishing places like this, you know, this is some good stuff to learn. We'll get out on the water in the boat here for long. And same area. Missed one right there in the same area. Right here's where I was at, and I caught that other one just right up there past that sign. You know, you see that sign? What does it say? Fishing for residents only. Violators will be subject to a $250 fine. So it's a private lake. All right, guys. It's been a long day. We've enjoyed it. We've caught a couple good fish. Missed a big one and missed some other ones too. And today we practically caught all our fish on that. Matter of fact, we did caught it all on the Z-Man chatterbait with that silver blade and that silk looking, shad looking skirt. That's a really good bait. I've caught a lot of bass on that particular chatterbait, especially on these little lakes around here. This time of year and in the spring as well, and I've done pretty good on them. I've not really caught. I've caught some on it during the summer, not as much as I would like. But anyway, it's one of those lures I was telling you about, you know, in one of my earlier videos about this time of year when the fall transition starts, you know, that the, you know, bass will hit, they'll eat it. You know, it's one of those lures that you just gotta get out there and locate where they're at, and depending on your, you know, whatever you're fishing, if it's a pond or a lake like I was fishing, or big reservoir, whatever it might be, you know, you gotta locate them and keep at it. I fished that lake for a good, I guess a good 3-4 hours. I think for 4 hours. You know, and not really, it stuck 2 fish and missed some other ones, but you know, we went through my list of arsenal, and I went through with rattle trap, fluke, spinnerbait, jerkbait, crankbait, and of course the chatterbait. And chatterbait happened to be the ticket. But if I hadn't, you know, had all those with me and just kept trying those different lures that I know that they should eat this time of year, and putting them where they need to go, keeping them in the, of course, the type of lake I was fishing, you know, keeping them walking the bank, trying to keep them in that strike zone, because that's where those bass should have been feeding at. And roaming the bank trying to find something to eat. We found some, but I think it's going to even get better. I mean, it was a pretty good day, but I think it's going to even get better as the water temperatures continue to drop with these cooler nights. If you would please, you know, if you liked the video, hit that like button for us. Let us know you enjoyed the content. We really appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for viewing. And like I said, my name is Scott. We're Keeping It Real Bass Fishing. And you guys, come on, keep on keeping it real out there. Let's do that. Let's go get that big one. We'll see you next time. Thank you.